Bugungi darsimizda Cambridge 12 Test 7 Section 3 analizini ko'rib chiqamiz. Bu General Training kitobimizdan olingan videolar. Marine ecosystem haqida bo'lar ekan javoblar. Xo'p, demak text marine ecosystem haqida bo'lar ekan. Va shuni hozir birgalikda qilishga harakat qilamiz. Va savol turlari bizda list of headings, ya'ni matching headings. Undan keyin esa multiple choice savollar bo'lar ekan. Undan keyin esa one word only, summary, completion, the whether, see, whatever it is. O'shani ko'rishga, qilishga harakat qilamiz. Xo'p, bunaqa savol turlari nima qilish kerak o'zi? Multiple choice, mana matching heading keladi. Har bitta headingni paragraflarni o'qiysiz, mana paragraf A ni o'qiysiz, tushundim, topdim. Paragraf B ni o'qiysiz, tushundim, topdim. Lekin paragraf F yoki paragraf G oxirgi paragrafga kelganda tushundingiz, hisob topingiz hammasini. Lekin boshqa savol turlari qolib ketadi. Mana multiple choice bilan summary completion bor bizda. Bu savol turlari qolib ketmasligi kerak. Xo'p, qolib ketsa nima bo'ladi? Nima qilibdi qolib ketsa? Qolib ketsa yaxshi bo'lmaydi. Nimaga yaxshi bo'lmaydi? Chunki nimaga yaxshi bo'lmaydi? Yaxshi bo'lmasligining sababi, oddiy sababi bu, agar shunaqa ish bo'lsa, shunaqa qolib ketadigan bo'lsa, undan keyin siz o'sha tekstga qaytishingiz kerak bo'ladi, o'sha savollarni qaytadan o'qishingiz kerak bo'ladi, topishingiz kerak bo'ladi. Shu vaqtingizni, energiyangizni oladi. Shuning uchun ham nima qilish kerak? Paragraf A topganda savolga qarab ketish kerak. Paragraf B topganda savolga qarab ketish kerak. Masalan, multiple choice ko'rdim. Boris Worm. Demak, bu paragraf B da bor ekan, Boris Worm. Undan keyin the whether and see, mana whether and see keyword bu qismda whether and see bilmayman qayerda boshlanadi endi. No information about whether and see. Maybe it is all about whether and see. I don't know. Where is it? Where are you? 2000 years ago. 2000 years ago bizda keyword bo'lish kerak. Mana. Asos shuda bo'lish kerak menimcha ma'lumot. Bu topamiz. Shu qismdan topamiz. Shu ABC dan o'qiyotganda e'tiborli bo'lamiz faqatgina. Bo'ldi, bizdan talab qilinadigan narsa shu. Kerak endi shu ishni birgalikda qilib ko'ramiz. Marine ecosystems. For some time now, the world's oceans and the people who fish them have been a constant source of bad environmental news. Okay. Cause it's an endangered species of fish in some places now. Every year, thousands of dolphins are injured by fishing vessels. Huge tuna farms are ruining the Mediterranean Sea. What's more, marine biologists have recently warned that our seafood is in terminal decline. Okay. According to research published in Science, stocks of all fish and shellfish we currently it will collapse before. At least that's how media reported it. Ko'ramiz. Demak, bu fish haqida ekan. To'pam plans for marine protected areas. No. Historical overview. No. Done. No. What the press has missed. No. Biodiversity, no. What according to blame it, no. Optimism, no. Various factors other than fishing, no. Maybe what the press has missed it. Various factors other than fishing, no. Reason for some optimism, no. Who's currently being blamed? No information about blame. Qisqasi press, tamam, media press sinonimi faqat ko'rinishini olaman. Lekin bilmayman, miss degan javobni ko'rganim yo'q, miss degan so'zni umuman ko'rganim yo'q, shuning uchun lekin baribir shu to'g'ri olishga majburman. Boshqa variant yo'q menda. Keyingiga o'tamiz. Okay, however, scientists who led the study has said that the main conclusion of this research has been buried beneath the headlines. While the danger to our seafood supply is real enough. The point that many reports highlight is that we have to revolutionize the way our marine sources are run, changing the focus from stock and quotas to biodiversity ecosystem protection. To do that, we must change the way we debate our marine resources disconnect in the public domain. Bu message bo'ladi. Bu to'g'ri bo'lar ekan. Chunki hammasi messlarni o'rganib tushuntirib ketgan. Mana qayerda bor bu messlar. Xo'p. Mana But says that the main conclusion of this research has been buried beneath the headlines. Come on, man. Maybe for some time, all people wish that environment caught in their species, erase yourselves, fishing vessels, huge tuna farms. Maybe what's currently being blamed? Maybe 6. Maybe like it's not 4, 100%. It's 6 probably. Like fishing is blamed. Fishing is blamed. Maybe. I'm not sure about it. Seriously, I'm not sure about it. Like, let's just move on. Who cares? Next one. Hop. What is one? Yep. Nope. No. Marine ecosystems will be completely destroyed. Upsetting the delicate balance in marine communities, just causing the collapse of entire ecosystems. Anshi keyword bo'ladi, anshi kelasi keyword bo'ladi. Savolga javoblikka. Keyingisi. Around 30 years ago, shrinking glaciers and resulting higher water level led to the development of what's called the Wadden Sea. During the sea pulsated with life. There was high level of biodiversity on sea with salt marshes and mud flats on the coast supported millions of birds. Okay. This continued until around 2000 years ago when human pressure began to affect it. Research showed that some of the large creatures disappeared more than 500 years ago, and by the late 19th century, the population of most of the other mammals and fish were severely reduced, leading to the collapse of several traditional fisheries. Tunarly. Do we have John Shepherd? We don't have John Shepherd. But we have this now. Like Wadden Sea was created when the southern sea rose as a consequence of shrinking glaciers. Sea rose, the resulting high level of water levels, shrinking glaciers. Something slowly contracting. Contracting and the shrinkni synonym o'sha uchun ham glaciers olamiz. Glaciers. Kings Gotams. The waters were full of different species of marine creatures and there were large numbers of something living on the wetlands. Along the shore. The birds bo'ladi. Marshes and mud flats on the coast, on the shore and synonym supporting millions of birds. Birds bo'ladi, birds. O'z ko'rgazing nimaga bu birds bo'ldi? Chunki mana bu qismda wetland turibdi, mud flat turibdi, along the shore turibdi, on the coast turibdi. Shunaqa qilib mana millions turibdi, large number turibdi. Shuning uchun ham bu qismda birds bo'ladi javob. What the sea which can also destroy marine. Overfishing was partly responsible for changing circumstances, also was pollution. At the same time, bu demak bu qismda men bundan bu 40 ga savol, 40 ga javobni deyta olar ekanmiz. Bo'ldi, bu juda yo'q. At the same time, there has been increase in some nutrients. Later. Depriving of something which is essential for their survival. Ko'ramiz. Yeah, starvation. The over-enrichment of sea that can ultimately lead to the collapse of entire systems through oxygen starvation. Starvation, depriving them of oxygen. Like starvation degan deprive synonym bo'lsa oxygen bo'ladi. Oxygen starvation. Kings ko'tamiz. Bu qism tugadi o'zi. Dini oxirigacha o'qib olamiz. To'xta Cni javobini topmadik hali. Cni topish kerak birinchi. More per no historical overview of one specific. Yes, historical overview of one specific area. Bu mana bu North Cni aytdi. O'sha uchun ham 2 olamiz. Dini o'qiymiz, javobini topamiz o'zi. Xo'p. Keyin davom etamiz. What is interesting is that overfishing is the main agent of decline, as assumed due to organ and combination of exploitation, habitat destruction, and pollution. Coastal development, for example, destroys large areas of wetlands that support a range of species. Okay, pollution fuels a process. Pollution fuels a process known as this, which kills certain seagrass. Nutrients also rich in phosphorus contained in human industrial waste promote the growth of tiny biological lives. Most marine ecosystems have inbuilt-in capacity to deal with certain amount of pollution because shellfish can absorb the something. In many cases, these have been largely removed by fishing. So the effect of any nutrient-rich pollutants entering system is increased. In-house wetlands also act as filters, so their destruction causes even more pollution. This process has been fairly well understood for a number of years. Shunarli. Various factors other than fishing mana various factors la destruction, habitat destruction or exploitation и pollution bo'ladi mana. Shuning uchun ham buni 8 olamiz. Yeah. Crazy thing. Keyingisiga o'tamiz. Wait, yeah, right. What science paper has demonstrated is that decline in the health of ecosystems is greater as the number of different species is low. Population of marble rock caught around for example, has a record after fishing industry caused its collapse during the 70s by vendors. Cod has withstood heavy fishing for hundreds of years, and also it has declined substantially. It hasn't yet collapsed completely. Warren believes that to have a greater number of species makes the ecosystem more robust. His theory is backed up by the evidence for experiments how ecosystems react to change. Tushunarli. Plans for marine. Nope. Yeah. Where biodiversity has been shown to have to have a great number of species makes an ecosystem more robust. Shuning uchun ham buni biodiversityni olamiz. Shuning uchun ham 5 olamiz bu qismda. Keyingisiga o'tamiz. Next one, some positive news came from the study. Worm and his colleagues were able to show it's possible to reverse such damage as long as there are enough species. Reverse damage, enough species. Survey of the areas revealed increase in biodiversity. Fish catch is close to reverse. We should be focusing our attention on protecting all marine resources at the ecosystem level and managing levels of fishing, pollution, and habitat disturbance to ensure that crucial event services had maintains the health of ecosystem. To anyone who knows anything about ecology, it would appear that Morm is just stating the obvious, and many protected areas on land are now managed in this way. Additionally, plans for more marine protected areas? Yep, probably. No, why more has to be done? Chunki can reverse the damage. Shu ishlarni qilishimiz kerak. We should be focusing on attention for the more has to be done. Faqatgina o'sha fishingni to'xtatib qo'ymada, boshqa ishlarni ham qil degan gaplar bor. Uchun olamiz. Menimcha yana bilmadim. Balki xato qilgandim, ko'ramiz. Xo'p, oxirgisi. However, there has been long been tendency to view our oceans as limitless resource, combined with a widespread failure to make emotional connection with most marine wildlife. True, we've created a small number of marine protected areas. We seem to have understood the value of protecting a system in areas such as blah blah blah. Particularly beautiful. John Shepherd. Human nature will always draw us towards these species or habitats that are more aesthetically pleasing. That's why there will be always support for protective pandas, very little for worms, even though nematodes play a vital role in maintaining health of an ecosystem. Reason for more optimism? No, there's no optimism there. Plans for more protected areas maybe. Nima qoldi o'zi? Qisqasi bir olaman-da. Yep, optimism. Reason for optimism bo'la qolsin. Chunki aytdik-ku mana shunaqa aesthetically pleasing joylarni saqlab qolamiz, pandalarni shu uchun ham saqlab qolamiz bir narsa. Lekin plans for marine protected areas ko'rganim yo'q. Shu uchun ham shuni belgiladim. Hamma qismini tushuntirishga harakat qildim, lekin hozir men bu xonadan chiqishim kerak. O'sha uchun ham test qilib ketaman. What does make are not high on the list of visitor attraction. People know very little about how actually live. People are much less likely to have unattractive. Yeah, of course. People are much less likely to have unattractive ones. Mana o'shuni yozganman-da. Humans draws to those species are more aesthetically pleasing. Always support for protected wetlands, very little for worms. Demak, wormlarni ana qilmaymiz, protect qilmaymiz. Summaries about the state of world oceans. Nope. Radical review of marine source prevention is needed. Fishing industry is mainly nope. Natural system of sources will not be no. Radical view of marine sources management is needed bo'ladi. Bu B bo'ladi. Qisqasi shu qismlarni javoblarni topishga harakat qildim. Topdim ham. Nimagaligini tushuntirishga harakat qildim. Tushunmay qolgan bo'lsalar underline qilgan so'zlarni topishga, tarjima qilishga, tushunishga harakat qilinglar. Shu bilan keyingi darsda ko'rishguncha xayr, bye bye guys.